Ladies and gentlemen, it's Moment in the Valley, brought to you by High Spots and Cheap Pops, Silicon Steve Valli, and it's your Moment in the Valley. We'll welcome you. Thank you so much for clicking. We are talking AEW Revolution, and wow, it was arguably, outside of maybe Forbidden Door, it was the best AEW pay-per-view I have seen in a while. That's me personally.
And I just want to take a moment here to talk about
how important I think this pay-per-view was. Because for the first time, you're seeing sprouts of positivity, and you can see something in the future that looks cool. You can see something in the future that they can work with. You can see something in the future that AEW can be really good again. This was an event now. You see FTR's back on television. The Young Bucks and Kenny are now free to go on their own paths a little bit, still be in a unit, but we know what they're best at. They're best in the tag team division being the Bucks, and Kenny's better in the singles division vying for a world championship. That's when the Elite are at their best, or Kenny is in a top-line feud with era like a Jon Moxley. A lot of stories to be told still in AEW, specifically even with Bryan Danielson. So I hope to Christ the Elite are going to be here for a long time. But even if they're not, the immediate future now is optimistic for me. And I'm hoping that they get an opportunity to talk on the microphone, tell us what they're feeling. No, they don't have to talk about Brawl Out, as it's been called so often. They don't have to talk about that. But they can talk about other things. They can talk about what their motivation is in AEW now, what they want to do moving forward, what's going on with them and Hangman. All these stories that have been completely thrown to the side like they didn't even exist. I'm hoping that we get back to that. I really am. And now I'm also hopeful that House of Black and Malachi Black's brilliance is going to be on television on a weekly basis. That needs to happen as well, and they need to have a long, fruitful triple championship run. And I'm also hopeful because the women's division has a storyline that you can actually get into a little bit. It's something that they're putting time into. And you have 4 or 5, sometimes 6 stars involved here. And there's going to be more to come during this feud. The battle lines are being drawn, and that's exciting. Whether it's not the NWO or not, we're not saying that it is, but it's better than what we were getting prior. FTR might be the next tag team champions, and all of a sudden, the tag team division, which seemed to have lost some luster over the last year, is right back to the top. And then they're going to be the Young Bucks looking for those tag team titles as well. Maybe we'll get that match after all. It's feeling optimistic, so I want to thank everybody in AEW for that fantastic pay-per-view. It was my favorite AEW pay-per-view easily, probably since Full Gear 2021. Forbidden Door is up there as well, obviously, because it was so amazing seeing some of my favorite Japanese stars mixing with my favorite AEW stars in a big-time spot. But at the end of the day, folks, this was a magnificent night for AEW. Bullshit controversies aside by shitty dirt sheet writers who like pretend they're journalists when they're just douchebags. This was a night AEW needed, and let's get positivity to continue to move forward, trying not to get caught in the tribalism, and let's enjoy some goddamn wrestling, you sons of bitches! Moment in the Valley brought to you by High Spots and Cheap Pops. Please hit the subscribe button, follow me at Silicon Valley on the Twitter, and here endeth the lesson.